Alright, today's lesson is going to be about nouns. You might remember yesterday we talked about the 8 parts of speech, and these are those one more time. And we did some activities where we labeled them and found some definitions and examples. But today's lesson is going to be just about nouns because obviously I would not expect you to remember all 8 of these after just one day looking at them. And nouns are part of our first family, and the reason why we call it a family is because nouns are people, places, or things. The pronouns are also in this family because they replace those persons, places, and things. And adjectives are the third part of this family because they modify the nouns and pronouns. So here we have some examples of nouns. Again, they are places, persons, and things. Okay, so if we were to label our examples here, school would obviously be our place example. Michael Jackson, even though he's no longer living, is still a person, so he would be a person. And freedom is a thing because it is an idea and not something that we can think of as a picture in our mind. If somebody tells you freedom, you might get some pictures of a war being fought, or you might think of a flag of a country representing freedom, but those are only representations of freedom and not actual physical things. Freedom is just an idea. Alright, so we have 7 different types of nouns. Our first 2 are probably the easiest because you've probably learned about these since you were in first grade. Proper and common nouns. Proper nouns are specific things, and they are always capitalized. Okay, if you printed off a hard copy of these notes, you might want to underline always capitalized because that will help you be able to identify proper nouns easier if you understand that they are always capitalized. Okay, and then common nouns obviously would be the opposite. They are just general things. So some examples for you: shoes is a general thing because it could be any kind of shoe, but Air Jordans are a specific type of shoe, so that makes them proper. Same with teacher, that could be any teacher, but if you want to talk about a specific one, you might want to talk about Mr. Strauss, and that would be a specific noun. Same with science class being general. Biology 101 is a specific class. Book could be any book. War of the Worlds is a specific book. Right, and then we also have singular, plural, and possessive nouns. Singular nouns, as it would sound, are just one. Just like if you're single, you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, so you would be singular. And then plural nouns could be anything more than one. So it's not just 2, it could be many. So for example, if pictures help you learn this, here we have one singular guy taking on a plural group of people. And so that's the difference between singular and plural. And then we also have possessive nouns, which are also very easy to find because they have to have an apostrophe S or an S apostrophe to show ownership. So here I have a little funny picture for you to help you remember this of a cat owner. They say that cat owners are depressive, and the cat says, "Actually, I own you." So just a little picture to help you remember possessive nouns show ownership, just like the big guy here and the cat. Right, so then our last 2 types of nouns are concrete and abstract. Concrete nouns are physical people, places, or things. So when you think of them, you can think of a picture. Kind of like if you were to hit concrete, you would definitely know that you hit concrete. Okay, so it's a concrete physical object. It takes up place in the world, kind of like a desk, muscles, or student that takes up physical space. Air would also be concrete. Even though you can't see air, it is taking up space in the physical world, so it would be concrete. Then we have abstract nouns, which may be the hardest for you to identify because they are ideas and non-physical things. So here we have a thought bubble here with nothing in it, because when we're thinking, if it's just a thought or an idea, we're thinking about a whole bunch of things that might represent peace or represent strength or represent theories, for example, evolution. but there are no concrete pictures to go with it. Right, so if you have the file for this opened, I'd like you to pause this video now. Go and do the review and practice. So just remember that nouns are people, places, and things. Nouns can be common or proper, and at the same time they can be concrete or abstract, and at the same time they could be plural, singular, or possessive. So nouns are always three things at once, but they can't ever be common and proper at the same time. They can't be concrete and abstract at the same time, and they can't be plural, singular, and possessive at the same time. And so please go to your practice, pause this video, fill them out on your own, label everything as being common or proper, plural or singular or possessive, and if they are concrete or abstract. And then come back and watch the rest of this video for your answers. Okay, hopefully you have had a chance to try the practice on your own. This will obviously work better if you tried it on your own. That way you know that you are understanding it or not before listening to me go over the answers. So let's go over number one first, hats. So we have to think, is that common or proper? Is that general or a specific thing? Hopefully you, sorry about that. Let me adjust this quickly so that it doesn't get in our way. Okay, so obviously hats are just general because we're not talking about like a Chicago Bull hat or a Milwaukee Bucks hat. It could be any hat. Okay, and then is it plural, singular, or possessive? In other words, is there more than one? Is there just one? Or does that hat own something? Obviously we have more than one hat if we're talking about multiple hats. So it would be plural. Okay, and then is it a concrete physical object or is it an abstract idea? Hopefully that wasn't too hard. Obviously hats are concrete because we can touch them, feel them, and think about specific pictures. So example 2, Leif Erikson's. Even if you don't know who Leif Erikson was, which he was a Viking, you should still be able to figure this out because there's an apostrophe S. Okay, so anyway, first we have to think about, is he common or proper? Obviously we're talking about a specific Viking, so that would make him proper. Is there plural of him? Is there singular of him? Or is he showing ownership? Even though we don't know what he is owning in this sentence, the apostrophe S tells us that this word would be possessive. I apologize for my circle not being big enough. And then is he concrete, physical, or is he an abstract, just an idea? And again, just like with Michael Jackson, even though Leif Erikson is no longer living, he would still be a concrete noun. All right, and then number 3, we have luck. Is that common or proper? That would obviously be common because it's not capitalized, and also it's not a specific type of luck. Plural, singular, or possessive. There is no S at the end of it, and we can't talk about luck in the plural anyway. So luck in this case would only be singular. There's only one kind of luck in this word. And then is it a concrete physical thing, or is it just an abstract idea? Hopefully you're able to get this. I know thinking about abstract things can be hard, but luck, you might be able to think of a lucky 4-leaf clover, but that's just a representation of luck. So luck would be abstract. And so then we have Chicago. Is Chicago common or proper? It's a specific city, so that would be proper. Plural, singular, or possessive. There's only one Chicago, so that would be singular. And then is it concrete or abstract? It is concrete because Chicago takes up a physical place in this world. Okay, wolves is that common or proper? It could be any kind of wolf. We don't know if it's a Siberian wolf, an Irish gray wolf, so it would be common. Okay, is it plural, singular, or possessive? So it ends with an S, and it has an apostrophe. So remember, anytime a word has an apostrophe, it is going to be possessive. We don't know what the wolves own, but we know that it's possessive. Okay, and then is a wolf a concrete physical thing, or is it just an idea, abstract? Obviously, wolves are concrete. Okay, intelligence, is that common or proper? It's not capitalized, and it's not a specific type of intelligence, so we know that it's common. Is intelligence plural, singular, or possessive? We're only talking about one kind of intelligence here, so that would make it singular. And then is intelligence concrete, physical, or is it abstract idea? We can't think of intelligence taking up an actual place in the world. Obviously, it's just an idea. It's an abstract thought. Okay, Ford City Mall, is that a common or proper thing? This would be proper because it's a specific mall. But plural, singular, or possessive? It would be singular because there is only one Ford City Mall. And then concrete or abstract, this would be concrete because it takes up a physical place in the world. It's probably even made out of concrete. Right. So then liberties, that would be common because we're not talking about specific liberties such as civil liberties. Is it plural, singular, or possessive? I know that it ends in S and there's no apostrophe, so it's plural because we're talking about more than one kind of liberty. And then is it concrete, physical, or is it an abstract idea? A liberty is not something we could touch, see, taste, or hear, so obviously it would be abstract, just an idea. And then we have sailors, that would be common. And it would be possessive because it ends in an apostrophe. And then it would be concrete because a sailor is a physical person who takes up space in this world. And then our final one, DVDs, would that be common or proper? It could be any kind of DVD, so it would be common. Is it plural, singular, or possessive? It would be plural because we're talking about more than one DVD. Then is it concrete, physical, or abstract? It would be concrete because it takes up place in this world. So hopefully this little video helps you. You can go back and review it as much as you want. And of course, ask me any questions that you have in class on anything you did not understand. And remember, we have the Grammar Theater. Go check out any of the Schoolhouse Rock videos that you would like. Thank you.